right, welcome to the IWM Broadcast Network, and tonight we're bringing you the iNASCAR series, and tonight we are at Bristol. Welcome to the broadcast. I'm Rick Souza here with my co-broadcaster Jeff Needy, and Jeff, this should be a blast tonight.
I'll tell you what, Bristol is one of the most exciting tracks on the circuit, and these guys, I think, tonight are going to have their hands full. But it's going to be some great racing, some great entertainment. I'm looking forward to it.
You know, there's been a lot of battles brewing here. A number of drivers have already punched their way into the playoffs here. We've got all of those drivers are still battling tonight. Of course, the top 36 tonight locks themselves in for next week's race. So a lot of pressure for these guys trying to maintain their spot. You know, right now there's teams battle, there's individual battles. Right now, Travis Bennett, Nick Alves, Jordan Wenzel, and Simon Magin have already locked themselves into the playoffs. But, you know, can this be a new driver getting there and punching their ticket into the playoffs?
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting tonight because there's so many things going on at the same time. We've got a lot of great drivers running the top 10 in points right now. Jordan Booth, Jordan Wenzel, Travis Bennett, Alex Murphy, Tyler Lim, Matthew Robinson, Nick Alves, Brendan Hayes, Kay Collymore, and Eric Jeffers making up the top 10. And there's a lot of movement in that top 10. We saw one driver drop 8 spots, one driver move up 9 spots. So a lot of movement going on in the points right now.
Let's see if we can bring in one of our drivers into the booth to talk about a little bit what he's going to be getting ready for today and what he's going to actually see. Let's bring in... I think we can bring in Mr. Garrett Walden. Let's see if Garrett's available. Garrett, can you hear us?
Oh, yeah. You scared me. I was in the middle of a conversation with Jordan and Matt, and all of a sudden I'm like, who's this? What's up, guys?
Yeah, we're asking you the same thing. What's your plan for tonight? This is Bristol. So as you well are aware, it's kind of funny. We have you just never know what's going to happen at the high banks of Daytona, and it's a plate race, and then you come here and you almost feel the same way about this track. It's anybody's race.
Yeah, I think if people are smart, I mean, we're gonna quote Joe Nemechek, use our heads here. I think the plan should be, for me at least, is just to stay patient. I mean, 250 laps is not a lot at Bristol, but it can be a lot as well. Like it's a long race sort of, but at the same time, you got to pick and choose where you're gonna make your passes. If we have a long run, you need to save tires because in these cars, the way they're set up, especially on concrete, that if you push the tires with about 20 laps hardcore, it's going to start burning off. And then you're going to be kind of left to the wolves if other people have saved their tires and you haven't. And that'll probably lead to, people getting contact and stuff like that because you're going to have fast cars and slower cars. So it could be a recipe for disaster, but also could be a lot of fun to watch.
Well, that's what we're hoping for, that we put a good show on and give our audience something to watch. Bristol's always interesting, but you're right. As the race progresses, we have green flag pit stops. The whole field will just kind of cycle through, and if you're up in front, you're still having a battle through those lapped cars.
Right, and the other thing is that used to for a couple of years there, Bristol was all about running the top. That's where you could only run to get good runs off corners. But these guys are already showing that you can run the bottom and go fast laps, but you're liable to burn your stuff off quicker. So it's kind of you have to pick and choose what's good. What do I want to do early? Do I want to try to go ahead and get to the front early? Do I want to be patient? It's one of those things. I mean, I hope to qualify in the top half of the field, try to stay up towards the top half. And I mean, my whole goal is to get a top 10. That's I'm not looking to win. I'm looking to get top 10 and just survive.
All right. Well, good luck to you tonight, and we hope to see you again.
All right. Thanks, guys.
You got it.
You bet.
All right. That was Garrett Walden. We're going to move him back to his booth, and let's go ahead and see if we can grab Jordan Booth. Let's see if we can find Jordan Booth out there. In a second here.
Yeah, Garrett made a great point about qualifying, and that being one of the keys for him is getting up in that top half, the front half of the field, and then trying to be able to stay up there so you've got decent track position, but yet be patient all at the same time.
Hey, Jordan, can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
All right, that's Jordan Booth. Going to catch you a couple minutes before you go qualify. What's your plan for tonight?
Well, to survive, that'd be cool. Seems like that could be an issue after the truck race Tuesday night. But no, I think just keeping the fenders on it is going to be important. I mean, 250 laps, yeah, it might go by quick, but in 250 laps, you get wheel damage and ruin your night pretty quickly. So I think just being smart with where you put your car all night, really, and just kind of control it from there. I think that's where we got to go off of.
Did you, I know obviously we're looking forward to seeing what your team can do. I'm sure there was some strategy planning prior to tonight's event.
Yeah, I think obviously qualifying is going to be pretty important. Further up we can put ourselves, less likely we are to die, which would be nice. But I mean, me and Brendan, we're going to be kind of just trying to really manage it. I think the bottom is where you really got to be for those first 20-25 laps and just save that right front tire. Just really wrapping the bottom with the grip strip that iRacing put down. But then I think, honestly, as we get later and later in this race, it's just going to be about who can rip that fence the best.
I completely agree. So we're looking forward to it. We're not going to keep you much longer. We appreciate you and hope to see you on the podium.
Yeah, it would be cool. Thanks, guys.
You got it.
Thanks.
All right, that was Jordan Booth, and look forward to maybe talking to him later.
Yeah, one of the questions I would have liked to ask him if we had more time, he's in the points lead right now. So how does that affect how he runs this race? Is he more aggressive to stay up there, or is he less aggressive to try to be safe and stay near the top? Big question.
Well, we'll certainly find out. That 40 XLI team, him and Brennan Hayes, we watch them each time, and sometimes they've just been the victim of circumstances, just caught up in other instances happening on the track and incidents. Looking forward to them, and obviously we're looking forward to these rest of these teams. They're obviously well prepared, so looks like we're about to go qualify. All right, and just like that, we've got Jordan Booth getting ready to qualify.
Yeah, in practice, these guys were running 14-second laps, and that is fast around a half mile. You don't have time to think, you just have time to react.
All right, we'll start to see times already. We've got times rolling in. Jordan Booth at the 14.246. Qualifying happens quickly here at Bristol. We expect this to be done rather quickly, and then typically post-qualifying, there is a driver's meeting. Pick up, this is Garrett Walden. Qualifying times are coming in. Well, that moved Garrett all the way up to 20. Now, right now, we've got at least, just get a count here, 38 entries for tonight.
Wow. And what's that make? My math isn't working tonight. 3 guys that...
I think they'll all move.
They'll all make it?
They'll all make the field, yes.
Okay.
This is Jonathan Varanakis. out there. Right now he's showing in 26th.
Todd Smith on the provisional pole right now, 14.052.
That's a
I know there
monster
was
time.
Yeah, it is. There was one time in practice where I saw somebody run a 13.9, and I was shocked, but I guess you can do it.
All right, we're watching our qualifying in. Our overlays are a little bit delayed. We'll see if those will come in. Ty Bostic, we'll jump to Ty Bostic. He is finishing up his qualifying. He put up a monster time.
Yes,
Ty
he
Bostic
did.
is in 5th.
I love that, 14.1. That's very, very quick. Good for Ty.
All right, I think there's just one driver left to qualify, to finish qualifying. This is Brandon Ishkarian.
Yeah, he qualified 21st with a 14.282, and that shows you how tight it is. We were talking about Ty was 5th with a 14.1, and there's Brandon's got a 14.2, and he's in 21st. So there's a lot of times in between those guys, and man, very, very, very tight field. Top to bottom, we're talking a half a second. That's amazing.
Absolutely. All right, so we've got just about 30 seconds left of qualifying, and then they'll move to about a 5-minute practice. And then once that practice is over, we should be able to bring you the starting grid. We'll run through it relatively quickly because we'll be going green. Not much time after that. So, just kind of think about who's been hot. We've seen definitely. It's kind of been a mixed bag. You've got just a lot of guys who have done well. Nick Alves and Matt Robinson, who each have 3 top 10 finishes at the start of the season. They've been out there. There's a lot of other guys who are consistently there at the end. Obviously, Jordan Wenzel backed up his win at Vegas with another podium. Jordan Booth is in the points lead, but still hasn't been able to get into victory lane, so there's a good chance that maybe it's here. We see a lot of other successes with Simon Magin, all top 10s and then winning last week. So a lot of great drivers in this league. I'm looking forward to this. This is just an interesting track.
It really is, and we've got a few guys that are struggling too, that are maybe a little bit overdue to have a good night. Kai Collymore, he was the points leader, but he's not scored a top 10 on a non-drafting track. So Bristol's definitely non-drafting. So he's going to have his hands full.
Yeah, well, Kai's actually got a 1-race suspension, so he's got to think about.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So he's got to figure out what he can do next week to battle back, since he's having to sit out one. But let's go ahead and get the race info up for tonight. So, it's a cool night. In fact, the track temperature has even dropped. The ambient air is 67 degrees. It's only 76 trackside. So that's going to certainly make for a quick, sticky track.
Yep.
We've got 250 laps. Stage break at 83. We've got one quick repair in this league. There are 5 sets of tires that do run 60% fuel, and we've got 3 green-white checkers in our back pocket.
Yeah, if you take a look at that, those 5 sets of tires, that means these guys with a 250-lap race have to go 50 laps on each set to average it out. So you may go long on some and short on others, but tire wear is going to be key, I think, tonight.
Well, speaking of key, let's talk briefly about what the keys are to tonight's event. So right now, the keys to this race from the IWM broadcast group is, save tires, but there's obviously two other important factors, Jeff.
Absolutely. I was listening to Larry McReynolds today, and he said strategy, strategy, strategy. Strategy is going to be important in this race. Planning your pit stops, planning your stage breaks, how you handle all of that. And then the other key that he mentioned that I totally agree with is you've got to focus on track position. You do not want to get too far behind here at Bristol because it takes too long to try to work your way back up through the field, to drive your way back up through the field. You want to be up there towards the front the entire race if you want to have a good shot at it. And then if you do get behind, that's where your strategy comes into play to try to maybe short stage or something along those lines to get yourself that opportunity to get back up near the front again.
Well, especially if you wind up through maybe a series of green flag pit stops. If you go into the pits here at Bristol under green flag conditions, you're going to find yourself 2 laps down without even a blink. Maybe
absolutely.
Maybe
it could be.
It could be. And then once you get back out there, you're going to have to be working your way up. And we'll see this throughout tonight's event. You're going to have to be working your way through lap traffic or at the tail end of the field all the time. So you can't just assume I'm going to wind up running top 10 and stick with all the top 10 guys and be successful. You're going to be weaving your way through the entire field, good, bad, or indifferent.
Yeah, Garrett Walden said it when we first interviewed him about a key for him was qualifying, starting up near the front, and then staying up near the front is his key for finishing the race. And again, that's part of the strategy. If we have a lot of cautions, that affects it somewhat. But man, there's nothing like track position.
Absolutely. If you can stay out of trouble. Keep your car clean. You heard Jordan Booth say it. You got to, contact with the safer barrier is just going to do damage, and it's easy to with these cars to do some toe link damage or some suspension damage, and you've got one quick repair. Okay, one quick repair. Here, you may find yourself having to use that relatively early. So
yeah, I mean, we've seen races at Bristol before where people were using quick repairs on the first lap. So, you get down, everybody's charging into turn 1. If guys don't show patience, then all of a sudden somebody's into the wall a little too hard. These cars are very durable, but there's a breaking point for that toe link, and you do not want to hit that breaking point.
All right, so it looks like the meeting is over, and we're about to grid up. Let's go and bring up the grid for tonight's event.
There we go. Todd Smith on the pole in that number 66 machine. Alongside him, Travis Bennett in the 01. In P3, Alex Murphy in the 30 car. Jordan Wenzel in the 81. In the third row, Ty Bostic. He's alongside Matt Peruzini in the 24. 7th position, Tyler Lamb in the 88, alongside Glenn Stanley in the 03. 9th spot, we have Jordan Booth in the 41. And Eric Jeffers is alongside him in 10th spot. In 11th, we've got Corey Bunch. And then in 12th, Simon Madgen.
All right, and in 13th, Scott Thomas. To the outside, Brandon Hayes. 15th is Joe Musso. Martin Giroux is in 16th. 17th is Clark Franz. 18th is Vernon Broadbeck. 19th is Nick Alves. Jacob Musso in 20th. Brandon Ishkarian in 21st. Garrett Walden in 22nd. Michael Whitley in 23rd. And Richard Mills is in 24th.
We look back in 25th, Matthew Robinson along Josh Douglas. Then we have Alex Forget Barube and then Alberto Ibar. Vince Burns is in the 29th spot with Corey Ennis alongside. Next row is Ron Fitting and Jonathan. I'm not even going to try. Yeah, there you go. and James Jones behind them, and Tony Japs, and then followed by Mark Hanna and Cody Graham.
All right, the last two is Tyler Sexton and Martin Pinnell.
And we're getting close. Pace lights are off, or the lights are off on the pace car, and we're going to be going green here shortly.
We sure are. All right, looking forward to it as the field comes around. Pace car drops off.
Pace car got a little sideways.
All right, we are under green.
Good clean run into turns 1 and 2. I like that. Whoops, I spoke too soon.
Yeah, a lot going on back here in the middle of the field.
The 10 was involved in it, I know. Looks like the 1, maybe the 55.
Yep. Ron Fitting, Cody Graham, Martin Giroux, Tony Japs, Mark Hanna, Martin Pinnell, Alberto Abar, Bradley Kishkarian. Well, that just kind of, let's try to find a little bit of information.
Well, the front half of the field looked like they handled that first corner pretty well, but I think things were bunched up a little bit in the back, and that just makes it harder.
Let's run ahead here. See what we can see. Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is. Yep.
Not sure. I can't really tell who that is. That's the 50.
Yep, 50 and the 14 looks like may have gotten into him.
Yep, not quite sure.
14 is Clark Franz, and the 50, gonna look at a different screen here. The 50 is Martin Giroux.
There we go. Let's go back from that far chase, backed it up just a little bit. Don't want to belabor this too much. Looks like maybe some contact with the 14.
Yep.
So it's easy to do here on that low line. 14 came up and unfortunately caught that left rear quarter panel of the 50, sending him around.
Well, that 10 did a beautiful job at threading that needle right there, but then he spun out, went into that inside safer barrier. Man, that's what caught a lot of guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Phew. Tough break for him. The first half of that evasive maneuver worked great, but then he couldn't keep it straight. That is such a change when you come down off the banking onto the apron. That's why we saw the pace car get loose, and you're going to see people, if they come off of that banking and hit the inside layer of the track there on the apron, it just upsets the balance of the car, and you don't know where it's going to go.
All right, we're under our first caution here at the Lindsay's Carpet and Paint 250. That's brought to you by Lindsay Carpet and Paint. And I think it's pronounced, is it Lafayette? Lafayette, sound right?
That sounds right to me. Here we go. Jump. Yeah, Jordan Wenzel did not get a great jump on that restart. Travis Bennett jumped out there. Full Throttle Motorsports living up to his name. He was full throttle, but boy, Jordan made the ground up quickly, and the caution is out again.
Not sure what happened. See that Joe Musso may have gotten involved. Let's go back and see. Possibly
that's one of the
possibly
one of the situations I just heard one of the drivers on the radio talking about. He saw smoke and slowed up real quickly, and that's a recipe for getting run into from behind. You don't want to go headlong into the smoke if you can't see. Oh, he just lost it on his own, didn't he?
Yeah, but it was right in front of the field. They saw that smoke, and unfortunately that may have gotten some other folks involved. Watching here also, possibly checking up. This is Joe Musso. Again, if they see, oh, so the 46 also.
Yeah.
And then got T-Bone.
Oh, T-Bone.
Yep.
Man.
So that's 46 of Simon Magin. We've got T-Bone by Joe Musso. All right, so just 9 laps in. Number of we're on our second caution. Not to be unexpected. It's just one of those events. So, but we're just saying earlier, this event is sponsored by Lindsay's Carpet and Paint Center in Lafayette, Tennessee. If you are looking for carpet and paint, reach out to Lindsay's.
And we conveniently have their phone number up there in the top left corner of the screen, and as soon as I said that, it went away. The one thing, man, the laps wind down here quickly. It feels like we've hardly been racing, but we're up to lap 10 already. We've got 2 drivers on the on our lead lap, or excuse me, that are not on the lead lap. Said that incorrectly. The number 50 of Martin Giroux and the 94 with Michael Whitley Jr. Martin is 3 laps down. Michael's 7 laps down. So they've got some catching up to do. So right now, as we get ready to come back green, we've got Travis Bennett sitting on the pole, Jordan Wenzel in second. It looks like Todd Smith, Alex Murphy, Matt Perosini, Ty Bostic up there, and Jordan Booth.
Yeah, let's bring up the current standings. Because the lights are off on our pace car. We'll be going back to green momentarily. This race is right now in the hands of, and I'm not sure who has got, I think Travis Bennett is in control. Yes, he is. And he chose that outside line.
Yep, and boy, he gets a jump again. Let's see if Jordan Wenzel can catch up to him quickly like he did last time.
Looking back a little bit farther in the field behind. They're 2 and 3 wide here. A wider shot just to kind of give
yeah, three wide at Bristol. I got to be honest, that scares me. If I was driving in this race 3 wide, I am not comfortable 3 wide at Bristol.
So the field is settling down and going in. Looks like 2 wide here. You see Jordan Booth there in that purple 41, 40 XLI driver.
It'll be interesting to see how much we see.
24.
Oh, wow,
spins.
There he goes. Oh, head on into that inside wall.
Yeah, 24th is Matt Perosini. He definitely wound up with both front end and rear damage. You can see that car is smoking. It was a hard hit.
Let's hope he still has a fast repair left, because that front end is shifted about 1.5 feet. To the driver's side.
Let's back that up just a little bit.
Looks like he got loose, maybe lifted. You
can see him coming around that high line, and you can see him out of shape.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he came right down in front of the 41.
Yeah. Just trying to get it straightened up, and
that's a big
2 guys
shot.
at the same spot. Oh man. Yeah, he'll be lucky if he doesn't have engine damage after that one. And he's going to most certainly have to use that fast repair.
You also see the 43 there going around. That 43 has also got some nose damage. Well, heck, it doesn't have a nose.
That's Garrett Walden, who we were talking to early in the race.
Yep.
Or, excuse me, prior to the race. And that's unfortunate because he said one of his goals was to just be patient, take it easy, and keep it clean for the first half.
All right. Well, 19 laps in the books. 250 is our scheduled event for tonight. We'll take this quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
You'll love the exceptional service you get at Lindsay's Carpet and Paint, and our selection will truly wow you. Transform your home with hardwoods and laminates in every color, finish, and style you can imagine. When it comes to carpet selection, no one comes close to the variety we offer. And don't forget the walls. Liven them up with quality Benjamin Moore and Pittsburgh paint.
Professional staff and great selection at Lindsay's Carpet and Paint.
What kind of a message was it?
I know. I don't know. All right, lap 20. We are back to right now under caution for our third caution of the night. Let's bring up our tower, get a feel for where your driver is right now.
Yeah, one of the things that we were talking about is avoiding trouble here at Bristol. Things happen in a hurry and you can't always see in front of you, and sometimes something's happening just around the corner and you don't see it till you're around that corner and boom, all of a sudden you're in the middle of it. And guys have to be careful, have to play it safe at least to get into a rhythm. So right now we're on our what looks like our fourth caution.
Third caution.
Third caution. Okay, and the guys haven't gotten into a rhythm yet. Just as you start to get there, then the yellow flag comes out. We need to get a longer green run here, let them get in their rhythm, and then I think things will settle down.
All right, green flag is back out, lap 22. Travis Bennett is out in front.
It amazes me how he gets such a jump, but it doesn't take long at all for Jordan Wenzel to get right back on his bumper again.
I notice it's as I'm watching these drivers go around, these cars are a little bit squirrely.
Yeah, yep. Ooh, a little contact with the wall there by that car back in about 6th position, I think.
That's Tyler Lem back there in the 88. Taking a little bit of a wider shot here as we look back to the field. But this is just one of those tracks where it's so easy to make a mistake, and then you're going to wind up with yourself right, either in front of the leaders or in traffic.
Yeah. That's we talk about Daytona and Talladega and now Atlanta that they're running in packs, and so somebody makes a mistake and a lot of people are involved in it. Same thing happens here at Bristol, just because it's so tight and you get 36, 37, 38 cars out there, and man, there's just not much free track left.
Looking back towards the front. 41 of Jordan Booth. He's trying to get around the 12 of Aaron Jeffers. He made a comment earlier saying that there was possibly some tweaking that iRacing did to that lower groove. Put a little bit
I haven't heard that.
Like a compound.
Yeah, like that PJ1 that we've seen in the NASCAR circuit.
But I always thought, just historically, that the fastest way around this track was always the high line. So.
Caution is out again Lap 31.
Oh, that's Mark Hanna. He is definitely facing the wrong way and
Whoa.
right in front of the leaders.
Oh, wow.
That's Eric Jeffers that got collected, unfortunately. He is missing the nose now on his car. Oh, and he just doored somebody else. That's unfortunate.
That was not a smart move.
A lot of guys involved. Let's go back and see what we can see. Well, I don't think it was his fault.
He got a little help. No, he got a little help from
Yeah.
33.
Looks like that's Ishkarian. So he's clean by himself. He's in the middle line there, in that middle groove. Well,
Yeah.
I think they kind of were fighting for the same real estate.
Yeah, and I think we had a little bit of net code there too. It seemed like he started to spin before there was any contact. But here's the big problems. Once he goes around, he's trying to salvage his race and not go a lap down, but he was too far to the back, and the leaders were on top of him before he could get the whole way around and get it moving again.
Yep. Here's the tail end of the field coming through. There's contact with the 03, but then the 43 comes through.
Whoa, boy, he got on the brakes hard.
Yep. Lots of collision going on around him. So
yeah.
Unfortunately, right now the leaders are about to come down. He's facing the wrong way, and then all of a sudden he drives back up onto the racing surface right in front of the leaders, and then unfortunately that's the 12 of Jeffers, who's currently right now in the pits trying to get some repairs made.
Yeah, that caused a lot of radio traffic. A lot of people unhappy with that.
Yep, that's completely understandable. All right, my board is full of red, and luckily right there you saw Eric Jeffers be able to exercise that fast repair. And if you're not familiar with iRacing, that's pretty much a do-over. He gets a brand new car, gets back out on the track, and so he can continue in the Lindsay Carpet and Paint 250. All right, so back up front, lights are still on our pace car. I want to thank you for tuning in to the IWM Broadcast Network of the iNASCAR Series event, the Lindsay Carpet and Paint 250 here at Bristol. We appreciate you tuning in, whether you're watching it live now or you happen to be catching this later on a replay. We appreciate you. If you'd like and subscribe, we can keep you up to date on future events here on the IWM Broadcast Network.
Cars are all lined up again. Looks like the lights are off on the pace car. Looks like we'll go green on lap 37.
And we are back. And again, Travis Bennett, big jump.
Big jump. But Jordan Wenzel doing a good job trying to catch him again. Those two cars are kind of the class of the field right at the moment, but they're out there in clean air, and that makes a big difference.
Well, what we've seen here is that they won't be in clean air for long. This field is so large. Let's bring up that track map. And granted, this is a restart, but right now we're past 50% of the field the track is covered. So, just in those 2 laps alone, this lead pack is already catching the tail end of the field.
Yep, a little over a straightaway behind now. It won't be very many laps.
We've got 34 cars still on the lead lap.
Here we go again.
Drama in the back. Well, that's unfortunate. Jordan Booth was possibly involved with the one of Matthew Robinson.
Oh, boy.
Just door to door,
Yep.
going for the same spot.
Yep.
Luckily, it looks like most people are to make it back. Oh, that was close.
Oh. Good thing that was a pace car.
Right, you can drive right
That
through.
yellow car went right through him.
That was a 12 of Eric Jeffers. The last thing
Oh,
he wants
yeah.
to get collected again. You know, but so definitely some damage on that 41 and the 1. See if those guys could just take care of that there. They continue without any actual damage, and because I'm not quite sure just how many laps you can go on the fuel run here, but I think it's a pretty good bit. All right, that is our 5th caution. We got 43 laps in the books. We'll probably go back to green flag racing in about 2 or 3 laps.
Looks like Jordan Wetzel may be the control car this time. When these guys ran here last year, the consensus was that the high line was where you needed to be good, where you needed to be running a lot of the time, and trying to control that high side. And the bottom will work, but just maybe not quite as well as the high side does. Like you were saying, the momentum is on that high side, and if you can ride that fence, then you can keep more throttle involved. It is a longer way around, but you don't have to slow down near as much as if you're going down on that low line. Yep, so it looks like the cars are going to be reversed this time. We're going to see Jordan Wetzel take the high side, I think, and it's going to leave Travis Bennett on the bottom. So this will be an interesting start this time. See if Travis can get a jump on Jordan Wetzel or not.
All right, we'll be going back to green flag racing next time by. Lights are off on top of our pace car. And you're right, Jeff, I don't really know just what's the best way to approach this track. Consistently, though, Travis Bennett has just, if he's a control car, you know, he can launch. And here, I think because they're traveling at such a low speed, you get a really big jump on the field.
Yeah.
He's definitely slowing down
Whoa.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not sure just what happened there.
He spun his tires.
He
Oh.
may have lost.
Yep. You saw a little bit of a wiggle from him, like he spun his tires, but then
So
I don't know what happened. He went right down to the wall.
So if I had to guess, it looks like he may have had a connection issue or something just blipped. You didn't see his car disappear, but I don't mean a connection like through the internet, but it's possibly like his wheel or something happened where he lost control of the car. Very odd.
Yes. I was trying to see if I heard something on the radio, but I haven't heard anything yet. But he's back in there again.
Yeah, but you know I've got him showing right now. He's in 34th position. So I'm not quite sure that's how it'll all shake out. We'll see. Yeah, I'm confused. I have no idea. So right now, Right now,
And he's a
iRacing
lap
hasn't
down now.
scored. Yeah, yeah. We'll see how the admins of this event handle this situation. So, see how it goes. We are just around lap 50. We are 1/5 of the way through this event.
I think Mark Hanna may be our lucky dog on this one.
Yep, you are correct. He gets his lap back.
Yeah. Travis Bennett was the reason for the caution. He was the first car lap down, but he would not be eligible by being involved in that caution. You hear drivers talk a lot about, and I know I've mentioned this before, but I think it bears repeating, about getting into a rhythm. Bristol is a rhythm track. There's, you're on the gas, you're off the gas and on the brake, you're on the gas, and just getting that rhythm down and getting comfortable. And the guys just are not having enough time. I think our longest green flag run's been just a little over 10 laps. So it makes it difficult to get in a rhythm when you're starting and stopping like that.
All right, we are on our 6th caution. We have definitely turned a number of laps under caution.
I would think that under green flag conditions, we'd be talking about a pit stop coming up and tire change and fuel and all that, but that's not going to happen. Well, I mean, these guys have not put a lot of wear on their tires yet, and cautions are helping them conserve fuel.
Super curious about where this will all wind up as we go back and try to look at how does Travis Bennett, of course he's right now the first car 1 lap down, but how he gets back up.
Yeah, and he's got no competition for that lucky dog, because the next car is Martin Garreau in that 50 machine, and he's 3 laps down.
Gotcha. Well, I'm pretty sure we will see a caution come out soon enough. Jordan Wenzel takes the green flag and jumps out to a pretty good lead over Todd Smith. Looking kind of back through the field, Simon Madgen is now showing up in 4th. Tyler Lem, Alex Murphy, Alex Forget-Berube. Ty Bosick is in 10th.
Having a good run tonight, Ty Boston is.
Farther back, Vince Burns has got the 79 of Scott Thomas underneath. And the 7 of Alberto Abar just there. A little bit of loose. That 10 was slipping and sliding. That's Vernon Brodbeck. A little bit of contact right there. We're watching it live happen. The 10 gets the 12. Eric Jeffers gets involved. Oh, the 43.
Yeah. 10 is Vernon Brodbeck. 43 is Garrett Walden again.
27 has got some
for him.
Major front end damage. That 27 belongs to Cody Graham, and he's missing the bumper and maybe more. In fact, you can see he's got some major right front toe leg. That tire is not pointed in the right direction.
Yeah, that's going to either mean a long wait in the pits or burning up a fast repair.
Looks like the 01 of Travis Bennett was not involved, and he should get his lap back.
Yep, looks like he should be the lucky dog. Travis Bennett now has his lap back. He's catching up with the field. But that still puts him down quite a ways. He's back in probably 30th spot or so, maybe 32nd. Oh no, he might be passing some guys that are in the pits. So
yeah, right now I show Travis in 29th, but he did come in. He was on pit road, or was about to come onto pit road and take care of probably tires and fuel, because we are 61 laps in. So that's kind of where we talked about earlier, where it would be time for tires and fuel.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, a good bit of this field has not come down pit road. Pretty much the top 20 has not seen pit road at all.
Yeah, this could be a strategy move on Travis's part by getting his tires and fuel now. If these guys have to come in another 10, 12 laps, that's going to move him quite a ways up into the field again, and hopefully get him his track position back.
Well, in fact, as you just saw, no tires, just fuel.
Guys were talking on NASCAR radio today about tires and Bristol, and they were talking about how if you put right side tires on, take rights only, it tends to make the car tight, and then it'll start pushing up to the wall, and if you don't do some sort of an adjustment with it, then you're in trouble.
Well, we are back to green flag racing.
Yep.
Missed the restart with Jordan Wenzel up front, but really the action's behind with Simon Maggi and Corey Bunch.
Yeah, those guys are battling it out.
And it is super loose out there. I'm just watching.
Oh my, caution again.
Clark Franz, possibly? Oh, that's a parking lot.
Oh man, a lot of complaining too. People not holding the brake and just drifting down into other cars.
Yeah, unfortunately I see Michael Whitley involved, Vernon Broadbeck, Martin Giroux, Eric Jeffers again, Corey Ennis. Just trying to scroll back up to see if we can.
Something happened with Ty Bostic too, because he was up in 10th and now he's back towards the end of the lead lap.
Yep. So, all right, let's see if we can highlight a driver and go back and see what we can see. So there's Ty Bostic right there. You got the 40 of oh, look at that.
Oh, that was weird.
So
it's like he just turned right.
Yeah, that's Brandon Hayes.
Yeah. Can't tell if can't read the number, but that blue and gray car, if he touched him or if there was net code.
That's the 14. So it looks like the 40 is just coming straight up and may not have realized the 22 was already there and he wasn't clear. And unfortunately that collected Franz, Ty Bostic, Scott Thomas also involved. Josh Douglas in the 8.
Yep. And then you see where the 7 came in, that 7 car driven by, let's see, that's Alberto Abar.
Yep, lots of guys involved.
Yeah, it's so hard to get slowed down. When somebody has an accident in front of you, they're going to stop a lot faster. The wall stops them a lot faster than what your brakes will stop you. And you just see so many cars coming into the back of an accident just because they simply have nowhere to go and can't get stopped in time.
All right, we're on our 8th event, 8th caution of the night here at lap 68. in the Lindsay's Carpet and Paint 250 at Bristol Motor Speedway. Appreciate you tuning into the IWM Broadcast Network, and we appreciate if you could like and subscribe and keep you up to date on what's happening. We do have another event tomorrow night. We're bringing you the Super Speedway Kings. These are money races at Talladega and in the Truck Series. And these races, because they pay so much, bring out the best that iRacing has to offer. If you follow iRacing and iNASCAR and eRacing and the Coca-Cola series on iRacing, you'll see drivers that regularly compete on those circuits in our Friday night event. So that kicks off tomorrow night, starting at 9 o'clock Eastern.
That ought to be a good race. Some good drivers, a lot of talent in there, and they'll put on a good show.
All right, the lights are off on our pace car. About to get this back underway. '81 of Jordan Wenzel is in charge and jumps out. But we've seen that advantage all night. If you're that control car, you have a definite advantage. See that 79 up there? That's Scott Thomas. He is missing a good bit of his front end from that earlier incident.
Yeah, aero's not quite as important.
Contact.
Whoa. Yep. He tried to save it, and oh man, that's what we talked about.
Yep,
some of that you can't see.
Alex Forget-Berube, who unfortunately got a little loose, and then we'll show it to you quickly here. You see him down on that low line. He comes up. A little bit of net code with the car in front. And unfortunately, you just can't save it at that point. And around.
Yeah, it was almost like he put too much wheel in it, and it just wrapped the back end around.
A little contact with the 33.
Yep.
And then.
And now here's where it happens.
67.
Boom.
Big hit. 3 damage. That's the 25 of Musso. He stays on the wall. He is able to get around. The 12 of Eric Jeffers wants nothing to do with that.
That 13 of Nick Alves just missed everything on the inside there. See the 1 go down. 19 is in the pits. I'm not sure if he's got a fast repair or he is going to have to get weighted out and see if he can get repairs made. Unfortunately, here laps go by so fast. If you're trying to get just regular repairs done, it could be in there for a half an hour or so, and this race would be winding down. All right, so that puts Jordan Wenzel back in the control car. This is our 9th caution of the event. We've got 74 laps in the book, so we should be back to green in a couple. Well, we've certainly seen a lot of action tonight, that's for sure. I think it's probably at 8 caution flags. That's a few more than the racers and the race promoter would like. But, man, sometimes that's the way it goes at these short tracks like this, especially such a high-speed short track like Bristol.
Absolutely.
These the high banks in the corners make or enable these cars to go so much faster than they would like at a Martinsville or a flatter short track. But the thing that they also do is they obscure your vision somewhat when you're coming around. It's a little bit harder to see what's coming, and then all of a sudden you come around the corner and there's 2 or 3 cars sideways in front of you. It's Katie bar the door. You're about done. Jordan Wenzel's so far been able to stay up front all night. ran second there for quite a bit, but looks like he's holding his own out here in the lead right now. We'll see if some of the other guys can get back up to him. It's hard when you're running, you can't advance your position with all these yellow flags.
All right, we are back underway here at Bristol. And the 81 of Jordan Wenzel continues to show us the way.
That 77 of Corey Bunch is right up there with him, giving him a good run for it. And then Simon Madgen right behind them. Travis Bennett, who we saw running up front for quite a bit at the front of the race before he had that problem, is now the last car on the lead lap, running about 9 seconds behind the leaders.
All right, we'll bring up our current timing tower so you can see where your driver is sitting. We are on lap 81 of 250. Take a bit of a wider shot here. A little bit of contact just in the group behind. I think this track, just the way it is right now, I think drivers are finding it super slippery, and it's so easy to make a mistake. And because this track has just got so many competitors, cautions back out
again.
I do not know what happened. Looking back through the field.
Yeah, I didn't see anything there either.
Just I'll highlight one driver here. Let's go back and see if it happens to be. Contact between the 10 and the 88.
Yeah, but that...
No, that was just before the caution had already come out.
Yeah. Looks like the one car is going into the pits. Matt Robinson may have been involved in that.
Looks like everybody is on pit road now.
Well, this will be a...
This is our leader, Jordan Wenzel, on pit road. Definitely right side tires for sure.
That's going to put Travis Bennett back up towards the front again, like we were talking about earlier. That pit stop that he made that set him back towards the back of the field, back of the lead pack anyway, the back of the lead lap cars, has paid off for him now, putting him up in about fifth or sixth, looks like fifth position.
Well, pretty much everything's going to get reshuffled here, because we've got about half the field that came in, and a good bit of folks that decided to stay out. They had pitted earlier. So that puts the 12 of Eric Jeffers as our control car. You see the 45 of James Jones right behind. And you're not imagining that. He has no front bumper.
That's going to be interesting to see how he does out in front.
Well, and you know,
if he's...
This is one of those tracks where it's not an aero track, so...
Right.
You know, as long as he's not got any damage.
Yeah, it's hard to tell from my screen if his splitter's still intact or if his splitter's gone, then I would think that would make him tight and cause him to push up the track somewhat. But man, he's been running up, in that top 5 for quite a while now.
Absolutely. So lap 88, we'll probably go green just momentarily here. Eric Jeffers in the 12 is our control car. Oh, a little bit of a the 45 just kind of hung that low line back a little bit and allowed the 12 to just jump out big time.
Yeah, and I think he'll have a tough time catching him. He may be able to hold his own, but that
66 of Todd Smith trying to get through on a different line. He's flirting with that low line, see if he can make that work for him. The 7 in front, that's Alberto Abar. He is all over the bumper of the 45. Trying to get by him.
There, I think he's going to get him now. He's got that low line.
Now we're 3 wide.
Run. Oh boy, here we go. That 7 of Alberto Abar just moving his way up through there.
Yep, he's got past
He said,
the
"Pardon me."
66 of Todd Smith.
Yep, pardon me, coming through.
Oh, that 39 just dropped out. I think that's the 39. See the 77 Corey Bunch working his way up. Currently showing in 4th. He's +7. Big mover right now is Alberto Abar and James Jones. They're both up 20+ positions from where they qualified. Same with Tony Japs, who's currently in 8th. Tony qualified, I think, 34th, and he's now showing in 8th. He's in the 42.
Yeah, moved up 26 spots. That's a pretty good increase. Having a good day today. Part of that, I'm sure, is strategy. We have not had enough green laps to race your way forward that far, but hey, that's what we talked about is one of the keys to the race. Strategy, strategy, strategy.
Yep, doesn't hurt to have probably a horseshoe on his dash as well. So,
Yeah.
a little bit of luck here at Bristol. The funny thing is that usually in this spring race, this is a dirt event, but this year NASCAR said nope, their spring race is going to be on pavement. Oh, contact 45 with the safer barrier.
Yeah, I think he may have gotten it twice.
If you're unfamiliar, hitting that wall with these cars, you would think you just scrape along it, but because of the cushioning, the way that safer barrier is built, it actually sucks you in.
Yeah, sometimes it slows you way down then.
Yeah.
If you don't get off it quickly, it'll drag your speed way down, and then all of a sudden you're getting run into from behind. I don't want to jinx this, but it seems like we've got a little bit of a rhythm going here now. Coming up on 20 laps since the last caution flag, and guys seem to be paying attention, settling into a rhythm, and trying to either hold their position or move forward. Ooh, that was a close one.
So looking back here at mid-pack, these guys are all battling for 6th, 7th, and 8th. We'll take a little peek back in the 10th or 12th. That's the 24 of Matthew Burricini. You've got the 33 of Brandon Eshkarian. See the 24 there. The 7 of Alberto Abar. Trying to work their way around him. Clark Franz is back there in the 14. He was involved in that earlier wreck, as evidenced by the lack of a front bumper. Joe Musso is there in the 28. There's the 22 of Bostic.
Yeah, he's slowly making his way up.
Back up farther, 55 of Vince Burns. And here's Brandon Hayes back here. Brandon's currently sitting in 20th. His teammate is Jordan Booth. Let's jump up to Jordan Booth. Jordan started 9th. He's actually running in 8th right now. Oh, caution's back out.
Caution is out. I spoke too soon.
Looks like Alec Murphy may have been involved. He's definitely involved. He has got left front toe link damage and definitely front suspension and lack of a bumper. Oh, looks like contact right there with the 40.
Yep, 40 pushed
Brendan
up
Hayes.
the track and didn't want to lift, thought he could get enough wheel in it, and it did not work out in his favor. Well, he worked out better for him than it did that 30 car of Alex Murphy, though. Alex Murphy got the worst half of that deal.
All right, there's a lot going on back here in the field. Let's try to jump back. I don't know what happened earlier on. I'm just going to try and just jump back and see what may have happened earlier back here. Just what I'm guessing is number of drivers stopped on the track to avoid contact, and unfortunately it kind of scores that as an incident. So all right, here we are, lap 112, coming up to the halfway point of the Lindsay's Carpet Paint 250 here at Bristol Motor Speedway. This is brought to you as part of the iNRS Racing League here on iRacing. It's our 11th caution, and Todd Smith right now is in charge, and he'll have Corey Bunch to his inside or outside, depending on which lane he takes. Jordan Wenzel will be back right now, is showing in 3rd, with Tyler Lem in 4th. Travis Bennett is now back up to 5th.
Yeah, Eric Jeffers had been in that lead pack for a while, but finally had to come in and take on some fuel and tires, it looks like, and that put him back down. It's interesting. A lot of these drivers are members of teams. You have Full Throttle Motorsports, Apex Motorsports, Mountain View Racing, Rumble Racing, 40 XLI. But Todd Smith, he's just a solo car in that 66. No teammates, nobody to help him, nobody to strategize with. Just out there doing it on his own. And here he finds himself in the lead here at lap 114, just about to the halfway point.
Yeah, I was looking back through our Discord. Some of these guys, they won't have a team listed, but they will be affiliated. But I don't even see him affiliated with anybody. So.
Boy.
All right, not the greatest jump, but a little bit of a bobble going on behind it, but they're back underway here. Todd Smith is up and around. The Corey Bunch is battling pretty hard. What looks like the 99, but that may be that's actually, I believe, the 88 of
88 Tyler Lame.
Yeah, just a number issue there.
Yeah, that's interesting because it gives us a good indication of how the high line works, how the low line works. You see that 77 get out in front, but then the 88 has the momentum coming off the turn, but sometimes that's not enough momentum. It looks like the 77 is inching his way ahead of him now, and now he'll slide up in front of him.
And they're making make up time on that 66 of Todd Smith. Corey Bunch is about to take over the lead.
Yep. Yeah, he's making that low line work. We'll see what it does to his tires, but for the short term, it's working well for him. But then Todd Smith comes back and keeps hanging in there. He gets good runs off the corner.
Oh, unfortunately, the
Oops.
Todd Smith went up and got collected.
Yeah. He was able to keep the lead, though. Bounced off that safer barrier and kept on going.
Up at the same time, Corey Bunch, he sees that little incident happening in front of him. He's like, oh no, I'm not going to get involved in this. And they choose to back off, make another run at it, keep going.
Yeah, it seems like he's got a little bit better car right now, or a little bit better line.
We're watching the 81 of Jordan Wenzel, and there's a three-way. That's the 41 of Jordan Booth right behind that. Tyler Lem in that 99 continues to kind of slip back a little bit.
Yeah, and I'm a little surprised Travis Bennett was up there in about 5th or 6th, and now he's not making any headway. He's back to 7th, so he's lost a position or two. And I think he was hoping that he would be able to use this time to make his way back up to the front.
Well, it is we just reached the halfway point here at Bristol. We've got 27 cars currently on the lead lap. A number of drivers are currently a lap down. No one has left the event. We still have everybody is still on track. But that's not without saying we have had 10 cautions.
Yes, 10 cautions, and we have 3 guys that are multiple laps down. Michael Whitley's 16 laps down, Martin Giroux 17, and Corey Ennis 19. So it's I think a little tough for them. They're sitting in the pits right now, trying to get some work done, see if they can get their cars back out on the track again.
So we're watching back up front as Corey Bunch decides he's going to try this again and take over the lead here. See the 66 of Todd Smith in that Hot Wheels car. He's doing everything he can to try and stay relevant, but he keeps getting caught on that safer barrier and dragging him back.
Yep.
But your new leader, Corey Bunch, takes over the front of the event, front row by himself.
And pulling away now.
Yeah.
That car likes clean air. He got out there and now he's just creating gap.
Well, he's got about half, he's got like a straightaway before he starts running into lap traffic. He will come up on Vernon Broadbeck, who is the last car on the lead lap in that number 10 Chevrolet. And then he'll have to work his way through lap traffic, which is not easy.
Now the first, everybody except Vernon, caution is out. Everything is out the window again. Lap 134.
Oh, and they're spinning behind him as well. So the 01 possibly Travis Bennett was marked. This is the 14 of Clark Franz.
Looks like quite a bit of damage to that car too.
Yeah, that is, it is super hard to try and go up vertically on this track. The banking is such a challenge here. So let's see what we can figure out here. What happened to Clark?
Running all by himself there.
Oh, is the 01 in front?
Yeah. And that 01's going to come back down the track and clip him, I think.
Well, he actually, the 14 clips.
Yep.
And he gets involved. The 99 of Tyro Lem. Then the field begins to stack up behind.
You see him having a difficult time there getting it turned around.
Looks like he pulled the trigger on his quick repair.
Yep.
Getting back out, but this sets up an interesting turn of events. You've got the 77 of Corey Bunch and the 41 of Jordan Booth. Both of these drivers want to win.
Absolutely. They are competitive as they come. It's going to be an interesting restart, I think. These guys will be trying to battle it out to see who can get down to turn one the first.
All right, lap 137. We'll be going back to green in just a couple laps. We'll take another quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
You'll love the exceptional service you get at Lindsay's Carpet and Paint, and our selection will truly wow you. Transform your home with hardwoods and laminates in every color, finish, and style you can imagine. When it comes to carpet selection, no one comes close to the variety we offer. And don't forget the walls. Liven them up with quality Benjamin Moore and Pittsburgh paint.
Professional staff and great selection at Lindsay's Carpet and Paint.
All right, we are under caution for the 12th time tonight here at Bristol Motor Speedway in the iNRS Lindsay's Carpet and Paint 250. We are just past the halfway point. A lot of carnage and cautions here tonight, but these guys will figure it out. But as you said earlier, Jeff, this is going to be a very interesting restart. These are two guys on the front row that both feel they're due a win, and you got to be up front to win.
See that 77 getting a little bit of a edge out there. He wants to go first, and I think he's going to jump it here.
Yeah, well, he's the control car, so.
Yep, Jordan Booth had just a little bit of tire spin there. Saw the back end of his car wiggle slightly, but he recovered really quickly and was able to stay up there with Corey Bunch.
Looking back behind. Restarts are always challenging here. You've heard the phrase, cautions breed cautions. Well, that is never more true than here at Bristol.
That is for sure.
Looking back through the field, mid-pack here. This is the battle for, 6th through 10th. And it's a tough one. You've got the 40 there of Brendan Hayes. Has worked his way back up to his teammate.
Seeing a lot of good racing tonight, though. A lot of side-by-side. It seems like for a while there at Bristol, we were seeing a lot of single file, and it was tough to pass. But now, with this new configuration of the track, get all that old dusty dirt off of it, and they're making a go of it in 2-3 different lanes.
To the 66 on the high line. Well, that's the one.
Whoa.
Matthew Robinson drops down to the apron. Now there's a huge transition between the apron and the banking here at Bristol. Super easy to upset the car as you transition off that apron trying to get back up. You don't want to do it in the corners. I guarantee you can barely do it on the straightaways. One of the challenges these guys face, especially in their back of the pack, is they're trying to work their way up. There are some damaged race cars that just aren't making the same speed, and it certainly makes it challenging. So Jordan Booth now takes over the lead. Corey Bunch has got the 12 of Eric Jeffers behind him.
Eric Jeffers and Corey Bunch, teammates there on Full Throttle Motorsports. So you know those guys are going to make a strong effort to not get into each other, and we're under caution again at lap 150.
Big incident here, the 43, the 35 of Tyler Sexton.
That's
Garrett Walden, Josh
I feel
Douglas.
feel bad for Garrett Walden. Talked with him prior to the race, and one of his goals was to stay clean. And I think that's the third incident we've seen him in. I don't think any of them were his fault.
No,
But he's
it's,
just getting, that one happens quite a ways in front of him. Well, not quite a ways, but shortly there.
So you can see that the 43 of Garrett Walden's to the outside. Scott Thomas is trapped in the unenviable spot right there in the middle. You don't want to be there. That looks like the 5 of Richard Mills on the low end. And super hard to be successful here. It looks like both the 79 and the 43 are kind of battling for the same spot. The 14 with this clean, fresh car comes up and taps the rear bumper of the 43. And then, unfortunately, they collect. And you've got cars spinning. The 3 gets just collected. That's Ron Fitting. The 10. That's the 88 of Mark Hanna, also involved. So yeah, just a bit of a mess here.
Really has. I think on that one it looked like Garrett Walden just did not know he was 3 wide. And so he's trying to get that middle line, trying to stay off of the car below him, but yet that car had to move up as Garrett was moving down because he had a car below him. So it just too many people in the same spot on the track. And sometimes it just happens that way. It's not really anybody's fault. They're just all going for the same piece of real estate.
So lap 153 is now complete. We're under our 13th caution of the night. Two of our leaders came in for a pit stop. So they got, based on the timing, it looks like they all got, with the exception of Tyra Lamb, they all got tires. Number of guys are still in with service. That's the 01 of Travis Bennett coming out. But that puts Ty Bostic in the lead and the control car for this restart.
Isn't that amazing? Strategy. Ty was way down at the bottom of the lead lap cars, and now suddenly finds himself back up front again.
So he's got Nick Alves, Vince Burns, and Matt Robinson will be up there. Brandon Ishkarian as well. And they'll be out in front of the leaders. Jordan Wenzel will be in 6th. Now the guys who came in will be in 7th, 8th on back. So they'll have fresh tires. So there's going to be a interesting battle with the guys that are on fresh tires as they come up through these guys who've got a little bit of age, a little bit of a patina to their tires.
Yeah.
You don't sound like you're so confident. That's going to be a good thing.
I know if I had a choice, I'd want to be on good tires rather than old tires.
That's right. All right, 95 laps to go. Ty Bostic is in charge of this restart, and off we go.
Nice little jump from Ty there. Nick Alves staying as close to him as he can, but just a great jump by Ty. He was able to not only get a good jump, but hold that jump that he got. A lot of times we've seen that second place, now we're seeing it again, that second place car trying to track him down. You don't really get any drafting advantage, but I do think you get a little bit of an aero advantage when someone is out in front of you a ways, because they've punched a hole in that air and you're able to get up a little bit closer to them. But that's when you start getting little aero turbulence from that car in front of you when you get right on their bumper.
So you see the 13 of Nick Alves trying to make a run and then end up kind of falling back a ways. The one of Matthew Robinson in that number 1 Ford is right there trying to make a run at Bostic.
You can see once they get up close to them, they try to get a little bit of a different line so they're not riding directly in their wake.
Come back, that's the 12 of Eric Jeffers. He's worked his way back up after an earlier incident and is now riding in 4th. He's right behind these guys. And then a bit farther back, you got the 55 of Vince Burns and then Jordan Wenzel back up with Jordan Booth not far behind as they work their way around the 33 of Brandon Iscariot. Oh, cautions.
Here we go again.
Back out. Looks like
163.
Todd Smith possibly involved. Todd was the last car on the lead lap. The 66 is also involved. And the leaders were coming right up on them. They had to check up and stop. Tapped by the 79, unfortunately. See how this goes just really quick. So 79 is perfectly in his lane. He begins to drift up a little bit as he pushes off the corner and just makes the slightest bit of contact with the 66.
Yep.
Of course, he collects the 3 at the same time of Ron Fitting. And unfortunately, that brought out our caution flag.
Is
Right,
that
that'll-
our
that's
13th or 14th caution?
That is a 1-4, our 14th caution of the night,
Wow.
with 85 laps to go here at Bristol.
That's about a 12, a caution flag every 12 laps. That's,
You know, going back and look at historically at some of these events in iRacing, that's not too far off what we've seen before.
yeah, yep. Yeah, some of these races are like that. They people just never get in that rhythm, and this track is tough because you can be loose and you can be tight depending on the line you take through the corner. And if you're not experienced enough to know what your car is going to do coming off the corner, then you can get in bad shape in a hurry. And
Absolutely.
I think we've seen that a few times tonight.
Super easy to do, especially here at Bristol.
Yes. The only good news tonight is they won't go through as many tires. Save the race teams a little bit of money.
Yep, absolutely.
And, so save money, or save tires, save fuel.
Yeah, we have spent
really.
I don't know how many, if we assume that there's 4 laps of caution. Is that what we're running?
Yeah, there's been at least 4. I think sometimes we've seen 6. So it just kind of depends. We're 4 laps into this caution right now, and they're not even joined back up yet. So that's well over. What would that be? We're probably about 60 laps of this 168 is caution. At least 60, maybe more.
Yeah, I'm thinking at least 70.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, we've got plenty of racing to go. Hopefully we can kind of get this settled down and maybe finish the race under green. I think the biggest challenge is here. You've got a number of drivers. They've already burned through their quick repair. So they don't have much left. If there's damage, they're going to sit in the pits.
Yep.
And Bostic jumps out to a good jump, takes over. Good lead. He'll have Matthew Robinson and Eric Jeffers behind him. Eric Jeffers slips under the one of Robinson. We've seen this kind of battle all night.
We still have all the cars that started the race are still in the race. We only have 2 cars off the track sitting in pit road right now, getting some repair work done, and I expect we'll see both of those back out again as well. I think we've only seen that one pass for the lead tonight.
It's been pretty sparse.
Yeah, it really has. Been a lot of good racing, especially mid-pack. Just not a lot of passing for the lead. These 3 guys are running pretty tight though. You can see they're all taking just slightly different lines.
Now Eric Jeffers is on what looks to be 16 lap of newer tires, but the lap times are pretty consistent, so that may not play a factor.
With this many yellow flags, they're not as hard on their tires as what they might normally be. 16 laps could be 8 laps of green flag.
Back to the field, there's a lot of jockeying going on. This is battling for 10th. Through the 72 there of Jonathan Varanakis. On the low side, the 55 of Vince Burns up high.
Yeah, a lot of great racing back there mid-pack. These guys are duking it out.
We're back up to 5th and 6th. This is a interesting group to watch. This is Jordan Wenzel, 77 of Corey Bunch, Brandon Iskarian, Jordan Booth. They're all there. The 24 of Matthew Borsini and Simon Matchett all back there trying to run these leaders down.
Yep.
I think we saw the Brandon Hayes was in the pits. That may be a strategic move, depending on. But unfortunately, as we talked about earlier, going in the pits under green, geez, that's going to really put you down. All right, back up front, Ty Bostic has got himself. Let's kind of bring up what we got. Over
He's got
a 1 second gap between himself and Eric Jeffers.
Yep. That's 13, a pretty good lead here at Bristol.
Yeah, absolutely. And the 13 of Nick Alves is back there making his way and moving himself into 3rd as he passes the 1 of Matthew Robinson. Jordan Wenzel now tries to work his way around that car as he works through his way back up to the front. 77 Corey Bunch also makes it past. Almost 3 wide there, a bit farther back. See the 41 of Jordan Booth jumping to the low side, get his way around the 24. Try to work around the 33 of Brandon Iskarian. Came up really close. He almost is in the driver's door of the 33.
And we're under caution again at 187.
Looks like there's a number of cars back here in the field. I'm looking at the totals like Richard Mills, Jonathan Varanakis, Musso, Japs, Graham, Lem.
Ty Bostic is going to give up the lead and go down to pit road, it looks like. Oh, now he's back
Man.
up again.
It's like the 5, Richie Mills did not realize that that wrecking was going on in front. Let's take it from, let's look at from his in-car back here through the magic of iRacing.
See how you can't see before you can't see what's going on there until you're around the corner, and then all of a sudden you're right in the middle of it. Look how fast that happens. Man.
Let's go back. I don't even think I could be completely wrong. Let's go back to his cockpit. I don't think he came off I guess he just assumed that he'd be able to drive through it. He's still in the throttle.
Yeah, right there is where he lifts and man.
All right.
Just so fast on the short track.
So a good bit of the field is now coming on to pit road, getting repairs or work done. Pit road is very busy.
I'm not sure what happened there with Ty Bostic. I was watching his car and he pulled down to the apron. It looked like he was going to pit road, but then he just stopped.
Well,
And then all of a sudden took off again and got back up into his lead position.
I'm just thinking that maybe he thought that the track was blocked in front of him. He
That
was
could be.
waiting for it to clear. All right, lap 190. That puts us with 60 laps to go here at Bristol. We thank you for tuning in to the IWM Broadcast Network of the iNRS series here on every Thursday night. The coolest part about it is that you get to watch a preview of what will happen on Sunday in the Cup race here on Thursday nights. We follow along with the same schedule that NASCAR runs, and you get to see some of the best drivers here on iRacing battle it out. Now, 15 cautions sounds like a lot of cautions to me.
Boy, I'll say an awful lot. But you're right though about the quality of the drivers here. If you look down through their iRacing scores, the 4,300, 3,600, 4,100, 25, 28, 32, 31, just guys that are up there in their iRacing, which is basically a measuring stick of how well they do in official races, not in these races, but in the official iRacing points earning races. So a lot of quality here.
Interesting restart here. You've got the 22 of Ty Bostic, who takes the green flag, jumps out. You've got the 41 of Jordan Booth right behind him, snuck right in there. He was lined up behind. He's already going for the lead. Not clear yet, but he is trying desperately to get by him.
Boy, he is making that low line work. And Ty's running the middle and then Ty made a little contact with the wall, but not much.
Got the 81 as also, that's the 81 of Jordan Wenzel, moves up behind and tries to work his way around the 22 of Bostic.
Yeah, you can see there's got to be an advantage to that clean air, because once that driver gets out there, he's tough to catch. So Ty Bostic was running first for several laps there, and now all of a sudden he's just going backwards. He's dropped back to fourth spot now.
Yeah, the interesting story is that and here's the tail of the tape. Costin's back out, but Ty did not pit, not since lap 136, and everybody else who passed him was on fresh tires from just this past caution.
Yeah, that'll make a huge difference. Be interesting if we see him come in now.
Yeah, I would expect to see him. At the 46 of Simon Madgen just just kind of spun.
Just all on his own, yeah.
Yep, brought out the caution, but Minor contact. He's in good shape. No real damage, and he will live to fight another day.
Garrett Walden getting a lap back, it looks like.
So we do see the 22 of Bostic saying, oops, I think it's time to come in and get tires.
Yeah.
But it's also good timing because maybe he's timed this so he doesn't have to come back down again.
That's true. He's only got to go 52 laps on this next set. So,
yeah. And with the way cautions have flown here, you know, there will be ways to save tires and fuel.
Yep.
As we suspected.
The right side's going on. Yep, left side's 4 tires on. Fill it up with fuel, and he'll be back out there. He'll have a lot of spots to make up, but
see Travis Bennett also coming in. Travis is out front for a while there, but unfortunately got collected in a few of these incidents, and he's got some car damage. That puts Jordan Booth of 40 XLI in control of this next restart. That should put us.
We got an all Jordan front row.
Yeah, we do. Jordan Booth, Jordan Wenzel. So I'm guessing we've got maybe 48 laps to go by the time we get the green flag.
Yeah, I think you're right. We'll start on 201 here, and they'll take the green at 202.
All right, lights are out on our pace car. Jordan Booth will be in control.
And he chose the inside lane, didn't he?
He did. All right, here we go. The Geico restart zone, and off we go to the races.
Big jump, but Jordan Wetzel stayed with him.
He did. He did not get that big of a jump. Still is a good jump, but with a little help from the 77 a bunch, those two could pretty much close that gap pretty quickly on Jordan Booth. I think these guys are taking 2 different lines. We'll jump inside Corey Bunch's car, and we'll see it from his position here.
Caution is out again. 205.
Well, not exactly sure what happened. But I see a lot of smoke behind the 35 of Tyler Sexton. Let's see if we see something here. Well, looks like it was pretty much just what we saw in the previous incident. Just a one-car incident. No damage, just probably some bit of tire wear and an unhappy driver. All right, that puts our 17th caution out here with 44 laps to go. Probably by the time we go back, we'll be closer to 40 laps to finish here. We'll see how this plays out.
Thanks once again to Lindsay's Carpet Paint for being the sponsor of this 250 lap race here at Bristol Motor Speedway in Bristol, Tennessee. Wonderful track to watch a race at if you ever get the chance to go see one live there.
I don't think there's a bad seat in the house.
No, there's not. You just, it's inspiring to go watch those guys race there. It's when you get up into the Cup Series and the even Xfinity and trucks, there's so much talent in those series, and I think we see a lot of guys here that get close to that level of talent. There's just some really good racers in this field tonight, and they make it a real treat to come here and watch these races and get a chance to broadcast them.
We'll have one more lap around before we can take the green. Well, two more laps actually. One more here, and then we'll get the notice of one to go. But thanks again for tuning in tonight. We appreciate those of you who have stayed with us as we have brought to you this event here at Bristol. We really appreciate those of you who tune in each and every week, whether that's our Wednesday Tech for Troops series, Thursday nights our iNASCAR race series, and then Friday nights our special money event, especially this Friday with the Super Speedway Kings and their money events. Two events. One event goes off around 9 o'clock and the second one a little bit later around 10:30. Both races are filled with iRacing All-Stars. We saw McCullough last week win the first event. I think took second in the second event. That was I'm guessing, I think it was like a $400 purse by the time we got done with
Wow.
both events. Yeah, it's big
Wow.
money. Big money.
That big money.
All right, back underway. Lap 210. Jordan Booth takes the green flag, and we are back underway. He is being hunted down by the 81 of Jordan Wenzel and the 77 of Corey Bunch. With just 39 laps to go. We're about 15 seconds or so per lap.
Yeah, they get around this half-mile circuit in a big hurry, running 14 to 15-second laps now.
Under
Fastest.
green, that'll take about 10 minutes, but we got some. That nose is gone off that car. We are staying green though. That's the 25 of Jacob Musso, who is, he is toast.
This pit road.
Yep, that
Yep.
that left front, that's bringing out the caution.
Yeah, if he would have got down pit road, yeah, I think we could have stayed green.
I think there's a few more. Travis Bennett is there. He's stopped on the track. I think Garrett Walden was also involved. I could be wrong. We'll go back and quickly look. Oh, it's contact in front of Garrett. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
he gets caught up in the 10, the 01 with Travis Bennett, and then Travis Bennett just got slammed.
Poor Garrett can't catch a break tonight. That's, I think, the fourth incident he's been involved in. And again, not his fault that time, just wrong place, wrong time.
I say the same thing about Travis Bennett. He was up front doing well. He's going in the pits. Maybe he's got a quicker pair. You can see the 25. I don't know how he's able to point that. They're both crab walking. You can see the 01 is kind of crabbing his way down pit road.
Yeah.
Now, this is an interesting fact because Bristol has two pit roads. There is one on the front stretch and one on the back. We're using the front stretch, and unfortunately, it's a long way all the way around. They'll lose a minute just getting around, coming to their pits. And
Yeah,
Travis
even on a yellow flag stop, you still lose so many spots.
it doesn't look like Travis had a quick repair, so
I think I remember him using it earlier.
that's super unfortunate because I don't think that is a drivable vehicle.
No, see how much time he has to spend. That would be one nice thing if timing and scoring gave us how much time they have in repairs.
Yes, we do not have access to those numbers. Number of guys on pit road: Garrett Walden, Jacob Musso is now coming off. I'm guessing he must have had a quick repair in his pocket or not. Nope. No.
Tyler Sexton and Garrett Walden are officially out.
Yeah, so Jacob
we've had
Musso is still on the track, but unfortunately, I believe that left front is pointing in the wrong direction.
Yeah, it does look like he's a little pigeon-toed there.
I'm surprised. I kind of figured that I think he's realized that he's dropping down to pit road and say, okay, yeah, I can't do this.
Well, we had two guys that were out that now don't show as being out. Let's see here.
I see the 03 of Glenn Stanley has retired, and the 19 of Alex Forget-Berube has also retired.
Okay.
Richard Mills is also out. Travis Bennett he's effectively out. He's on pit road. Jacob Musso is also on pit road. But that puts 17 cars still on the lead lap. As we are about to go take the green flag again, Jordan Booth is in control. He's chosen the inside line. He's got the 81 of Jordan Wenzel to the outside. Corey Bunch anticipated that side. So did the 81. They both anticipated that jump by the 41. Yeah. I mean, granted, Jordan Booth did have a good lead and advantage, but those guys were not left in the dust for sure.
No, they both, all it takes is just a fraction of a second, and now we're under caution again. That didn't take long. I don't know if we made it a whole lap.
No, James Jones is pointing in the wrong direction. He just must have been tapped.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I think he went up high and may not have realized that he was not clear.
66 was there, yeah.
66 was there.
Yep. Todd Smith did not have anywhere to go in that case. He was against the wall already.
All right, 222 laps in the books. That leaves us just with 28 laps to go. We've got a number of them under caution. So just over 25 laps.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think we're going to hit 20 cautions and possibly more. We're at 19 right now. So our next one will be number 20. If we can't make it another 26, 27 laps.
I'm sure a lot of these drivers are frustrated with the fact that we have spent so much time under caution. That's the 43 of Garrett Walden getting his lap back. He's be back on the lead lap. Starting, I think, in 17th position. James Jones is in the pits. Not sure where he sits right now.
Our number of cars that are a lap down has risen considerably. We have 17 cars on the lead lap right now. Oh, excuse me, 19 cars on the lead lap. And now timing and scoring is all over the place. So we'll wait a minute, sort that out.
18 laps on the lead lap. The first car a lap down or more. Looks to me to be the, well, I see 18 is the 45 is back out and not a lap down. So
yep, 14 of Clark Franz is the first car lap down, it looks like.
Yep.
19th spot, so 18 cars on the lead lap.
I don't know if he is just one lap down. He can get his lap back next time by, or it'll show on our ticker as soon as it gets to the next time by. He is one lap down. He's the only car one lap down. So if the next caution, if it comes out,
he should get his lap back.
He should.
And the lights will go out on the pace car. We've got one lap under caution, so we're going to take the green with 24 to go. I would love to see 24 green flag laps.
That would be amazing.
I will not hold my breath, though.
Looks like, from what I can tell, the top 10 have all pitted last on lap 188. Past that, there are a few guys on fresher tires. Looking at Matthew Robinson, Jordan Broadback. But
yeah,
I don't think that's really an issue.
We talked about Ty Bostic earlier, possibly.
Oh, we're back underway. Jordan Booth, good jump. Not so good for Corey Bunch. So he caught him back a little bit. The 81 drops down and takes over that second spot. Oh, the 33 of Brandish Carrion tags the safer barrier. That's going to slow him down a bit. Corey Bunch fills in that spot, sitting in fourth position.
There we go, number 20. We didn't even come close.
Nope. Looks like Tyler Sexton possibly, well, that's definitely not pointing in the right direction. Right in front of the leaders. Looks like he was involved, possibly Ryan Fitting as well. Oh, Ron got some help around.
Yeah, and then further down in front of them, and you saw more of it too. The 3 car there. Looks like the 3 makes it around him, but then maybe loses control of his car.
I think the 45.
Oh no, he
him,
got. Yeah, he lifted and got tapped from behind.
Yeah, unfortunately, that was the 45. Looking for a number for a driver. That's James Jones. Okay, we've hit the magic 20th caution of the night with 21 laps to go. We'll go back to green in just a few laps.
Well, it's interesting. One of the things that we were talking about towards the beginning of the race is one of the important things drivers had to try to do tonight was avoid trouble. And that's been nearly impossible tonight. 20 caution laps now, or 20 caution flags now, excuse me.
Nearly 100 laps under caution.
Yeah, that's I feel bad for the drivers because you want to get in there and get going and really race for it, and you just start and stopping so much, it affects everything. It affects your strategy. It affects in a good way your tire wear, but I think probably to a man they would rather run green and have to manage their tires.
All right, I'm guessing we'll go back to green with 16 laps to go. Let's see if we go off here next time by 18. We'll get the green, 17. But just a few left. Again, we thank you for tuning in to the IWM broadcast of the iNRS series here for the Lindsay's Carpet and Paint at Bristol Motor Speedway.
The second place car, Jordan Wenzel, in that 81, he's been in the lead some tonight. He's been up front quite a bit. And same thing happened Tuesday night. He was one of the two vehicles that really was running up front quite a bit in that race. He and Travis Bennett was the other one, along with Eric Jeffers, who had a good run Tuesday. But they here they go again. Let's see if Jordan can do it.
Well, with 17 laps to go at the flag, it's time to play giddy up because, Corey Bunch almost got taken out by the 33 of his carrion, who got super loose, but he saved it. Corey Bunch really wants this win.
He does. He's and now with only 16 laps to go, I think he, along with everybody else in that top 10, is going to get aggressive. Well, you saw was it the 5 car that got real loose?
24
back that car
and the
down
66.
on the inside.
That's the 66 of Todd Smith. Oh, and there he goes, going around. Hold it, get off the racing surface.
Oh boy, he did a good job of not coming back up the track.
Yeah, unfortunately, even though he did, a number of other drivers may have also been tangled up for
Yes.
when everybody checks up like that, unfortunately, others get involved. So I think Tyler Sexton, Jacob Musso, Travis Bennett, again, also something happened. So
yeah. And if you've never driven one of these iRacing Cup cars, you might sit there and think, well, that car's in front of him. Why doesn't he just turn left to miss it? Well, it just at that speed, when you're running, 150, 160 miles an hour, you can't just turn the wheel and turn. If you turn it sharp, you're going to swing the back end around, and you're going to spin yourself out and likely hit the wall or another vehicle. And sometimes your front end, you turn the wheels, front end's just going to slide. If you're in the banking, going through the turner, going through the corner and try to turn, you turn too much and it just it'll just start to slide. You get tight and slide up the track, and then when it does grip, your wheels are turned too much and the back end comes around on you. So it's you're riding on the edge of a knife blade, and you too far one way or the other, and these cars go out of control pretty quickly.
looks like the 40 of Brendan Hayes with 40 XLI got a lap back. I'm not sure whether he was just one lap down, but definitely was able to take advantage of the lucky dog.
$17 cars on the lead lap now. Got a couple cars, 3 cars in the pits. Todd Smith, Clark Franz, and Tyler Sexton.
Just a few retirees. Richard Mills, Glenn Stanley, and Alex Forget-Berube are retired. The rest are under their own power. We'll go back to the green with 8 laps to go and try to get this in under regulation.
The 01 of Travis Bennett, we talked a lot about him when he was up front leading, and then he got tangled up in a mess, and now he ended up 13 laps down. Still in the race, but he's back in the pits now, getting a little more work done.
Well, they do run a playoff series here. You've got if you're in the top 40, there are points to be had. He's sitting, I think, in 29th. So
Yep.
every point
That's
counts.
right.
So
that's it exactly. And if they can go back in under caution and get a little more work done, each time there's a caution flag, then their car gets a little bit better and it gives them the opportunity. Now Travis now is 3 laps down over Joe Mosso, who's in front of him. So it'd be tough to make that back up unless Joe has some difficulty.
All right, Jordan Booth is in control. He is our control car. He's chosen the inside line. He's got the 81 of Jordan Wenzel on the outside. I'm sure that Jordan is trying everything he can do to anticipate this restart.
This will be interesting to watch.
There he goes, Geico restart zone, and we are underway.
You got a good
8
jump.
laps to go. Great jump, great jump.
Got a little tap from 33. It held the 33 up by doing that, but it got the 41 of Jordan Booth out to a nice lead.
Let's see if we can make these 7 laps under green. And no.
You jinxed it.
Yep. Looks like Matt Robinson spun. There's pieces of car everywhere. Looks like his bumper had an argument with the inside retaining wall. The 10 was also involved. That's Vernon Broadbeck. There are parts to these cars everywhere.
Oh.
Let's just see what we see.
Up.
So the 81, the 79, the 42. Oh, and the 42 got creamed by the 66.
Yeah.
Yep, that's unfortunate.
That one, that looked like that was on the 1 of Matthew Robinson. It looked like he didn't realize there was somebody to his outside, tried to come up to that outer lane and clipped himself in the rear.
Well, 5 laps to go. We'll see whether we can complete this in regulation or whether we wind up moving into overtime. I think if I'm Jordan Booth, I kind of, want to get this in under under a green white checker.
Yeah. Yep.
That way, it's,
Well,
I know we can go 3 laps. I think that's what he's thinking. So, in fact, in that case, it's just 2.
saw something interesting with 66 of Todd Smith. He was down in the field towards the end of the lead lap cars, and all of a sudden he was pitting, but he was going to the front, ended up in first place. He passed everybody trying to get to the pits as quickly as he could. He figured the black flag wasn't going to hurt him that badly, I guess.
Yep,
so he went all the way to the front and then all the way back. He's coming out of the pits now, still on the lead lap. Last car, or one of the last cars on the lead lap.
Well, the good news is all his tires are pointing in the same direction. That's positive.
Yeah, yep. A few parts missing off the front end, but other than that.
Yep, pretty much that entire front clip is, I think I saw it go through the inside retaining wall, but his crew can collect that later.
Well, by staying on the lead lap, Garrett Walden has really improved his a lot. He's up to 15th now. Ty Bostic is up to 12th. And those are guys that we either talked with or talked about.
I tell you, I mean, that's with what's going on. You got a full field here, finishing 12th here at Bristol with all this carnage. I'll take that as a win.
Yeah, boy, I'll say. Absolutely.
All right, the lights are off on top of our pace car. It shows that there's just three cautions. Hopefully not 3 cautions to go. 3 laps to go. 22 cautions have been noted for this event, but Jordan Booth, his opportunity to get himself a win. And here we go. Green flag is out. 2 laps to go. I think next time by, that white flag will fly. I keep calling it caution flag. been a long day of cautions.
Would love to see the caution. There
flag.
we go. Good
Final
deal.
lap.
Last lap.
Whatever happens, happens. Jordan Booth, Jordan Wenzel, Corey Bunch. Oh, contact with the wall, but he gets the win. Jordan Booth crosses in first, Jordan Wenzel in second, and Corey Bunch in third. Right now, that's the unofficial results. As soon as the final results are posted. Oh, and they already are. We'll bring that to you.
Guys all stop right there for a nice photo op on the start-finish line.
Yep, so here we go. Jordan Booth is your winner. Jordan Wenzel is in second. Corey Bunch in third. Brandon Ishkarian in fourth. Matt Pericini is in fifth. Simon Magin in sixth. Eric Jeffers in seventh. Scott Thomas in eighth. Vince Burns in ninth. Nick Alves in 10th. Ty Bosick finishes in 11th. Tony Japs in 12th. James Jones in 13th. Alberto Abar in 14th. Clark Franz in 15th. Garrett Walden in 16th. And Vernon Broadbeck is in 17th.
That's right. We go to 18th, and we have Brandon Hayes. And then rolling on down, Matthew Robinson in 19th, Todd Smith 20th, Alex Murphy 21st, Josh Douglas 22nd, Jonathan in 23rd, Martin Pinnell in 24th, Jacob Mossau in 25th, Ron Fitting 26th, Joe Mossau in 27th, Mark Hanna 28th, Tyler Sexton 29th, and Michael Whitley Jr. in 30th.
In 31st, we've got Corey Ennis, Travis Bennett in 32nd. Tough night for Travis. Martin Giroux in 33rd. Cody Graham in 34th. Tyler Lem in 35th. Richard Mills in 36th. Glenn Stanley in 37th. And 38, Alex Berger Barubi. That is our results. We'll back up to the front. And, well, looking forward to getting some drivers into our lobby. Let's see if we can bring in Mr. Corey Bunch. Corey, congratulations on your P3. Man, you were so close all night long.
I know. I was trying. I was trying so hard, even with getting put in the wall. But man, I was trying. But you know, get another third place finish. That's awesome. Awesome for this team.
Yeah, it's so hard as we began to sit up here and call these restarts, and gosh, there were a bunch of them. It is so hard to compete against that lead car. They have such an advantage on that restart.
Yeah, and I'm kind of surprised that Jordan Booth, was in that inside, but he made it work, and I think what it is that outside guy, he just can't time it all that well, so that just played in the Booth's advantage. But I was just trying to stick with him the best I could, and I thought I might have had a chance at that, green, white, checkered, but Jordan Wenzel would end up getting me at the line there. But I just can't say enough for this these guys over here at the 77 for Full Throttle. They just gave me an awesome car and hometown race for me. So I wanted to perform well and come out with another top 3 finish. So I'm excited.
We had a lot of cautions tonight, Corey. How were the cars handling? Give us a little bit of insight into that.
Well, I know with those heat cycles, and I was trying to scrub the far out of the tires, as best I could. You probably maybe saw it under caution. Just every time I just tried scrubbing it because, when it's good for like a couple of laps, and then once you heat up that right front, it was over. So and I knew Jordan Wenzel. I feel like he was the best at saving the tires, and I got to learn from him how he did that. But it was. It's not like how it was in the fall race last year. Try to do I even tried studying it too, trying to take the same lines I did, but I just had a little bit of a different result. And I don't know if it's because of just a different tire or the different car, but we made it the top 3. So
yeah,
excited.
Take that. We were just talking about another driver. He finished top 12. I'm like, in under these circumstances, I'd take that almost like a win. So
Yeah, no kidding. And then like when me and the 33, when he got loose and he put me in the wall, and I was like, oh no, here it is, because
right.
the toe was knocked out. Like it was just enough where I could tolerate it, but I could feel it, and luckily enough, it was just like you could turn. It was heavy turning in the left side, but I was able to tolerate it. So just thankful for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations on your finish. Any shout outs tonight?
I just got to thank Full Throttle Motorsports for, just the teamwork. We got up there, and even Travis, before he had his issues, and then Eric, led some laps as well with some pit strategy and stayed up front there for the most part. And then Whitley races ended before it even got started, unfortunately. I hate that for that 94 team. But,
Yep.
yeah, the 77 Benjamin Moore Ford Mustang was awesome. And I also got to thank Lindsay's Carpet and Paint for sponsoring the event. It was awesome for them to hop on board, and we was able to give them a good showing. And thank you guys as well for broadcasting this race as well. Hate that again. It's another caution fest, but hopefully it gets better. Hopefully it gets better.
I'm sure it will, no doubt. All right, that is your third place finisher, Corey Bunch. Let's bring in Mr. Jordan Wenzel. Congratulations on your second place finish.
Yeah, I see. This is getting familiar.
Well, it's not bad to be on the podium, no matter what the position. But you've had a win so far this season, but you were close this time for sure.
I think I just waited too long. That's for it, and that's just like last week. Waited too long to try to make a move, and just ran out of time.
Well, we were just talking earlier with Corey, just the advantage that the leader had on the restarts, and of course we had 22 yellow flags. That advantage that leader gets is, it's nearly half a corner jump for sure. So.
Yeah, he's already in the corner by the time I'm turning in. Like he's midway through the corner while I'm turning in, so it's like, ugh. And that last one was just my worst restart because Corey was already on my inside, so I had to drive the hell out of it to just not let him around. So it was a good race when we were green, but yeah.
Jordan, how important was saving tires tonight? With all the cautions, I would think they didn't wear as much or as fast, but it seemed like they still played into it.
Yeah, because as much caution laps as we run, they were sporadic, like when we'd have green flag runs of like 30 some laps. And then, so those ones would absolutely kill the tires if you weren't paying attention. As evident when I was trying to get around to 88, I freaking roasted that right front. It was down to 72%.
Oh boy!
And it was just trying to get around them. And that high side is so good when you're trying to not let somebody around you. Just a rough time to pass. And I noticed they also have the new short track package on the back end of these cars. So I don't know if that changes anything.
Well, it certainly is could be a factor for a lot of these drivers who may have spent some practice time with the previous version. So, well, congratulations on your P2 finish. Any shout-outs tonight?
Yeah, I got to shout out, my team, Apex Motorsports. I got Full Throttle Motorsports. They always help me out. And then my brother, because he said that if I get onto a broadcast today, I got to shout him out. So, shout out to my brother Randall Wenzel. So,
all right, there you
deal.
Go. All right, so that's your second place finisher, Mr. Jordan Wenzel. Let's bring in our winner tonight's event, Mr. Jordan Booth. Jordan, congratulations on your win.
Oh, thanks, man. That one felt pretty good.
That was a battle all night long, wasn't it?
Yeah, we got ourselves pretty far behind early, getting caught in a wreck, and just battled back. But man, it was fun racing tonight.
We were talking earlier about the, once you got yourself into that front lead position, those restarts, and we had a number of them. It really was an advantage for that lead car.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, just being able to kind of choose when you're going and them having no clue helps. And then you kind of get yourself the gap and you just manage it. Makes it pretty easy.
Did you
But
did you find that lower line was the better of the two to start on the restart?
I mean, I had ran the bottom all night. Like I kind of told you guys before the race, I was planning to kind of ride down there and save. But I guess as the rubber got laid down on top, it just got kind of slick, and I was able to make some great lap time at the bottom. And I'm taking the shorter way around, so I figured there's no way Wenzel would be able to get by me if I just kind of hugged that bottom.
Well, it certainly paid off for you. And congratulations on your win. Any shout-outs tonight?
Yeah, for sure. First off, you guys in the booth. You guys always do a great job, and we appreciate the broadcast. And then shout out to Corey Bunch for sponsoring this race. Happy to win the Lindsay's Carpet and Paint 250 for sure. Then obviously my teammates finally got us one as a team. It's been coming for sure. So to finally be able to put our team in the win column in a race that locks one of us into the playoffs is really cool.
All right, congratulations.
Awesome.
That's your winner, Mr. Jordan Booth, tonight here at the Lindsay Carpet and Paint 250 at Bristol. Any closing comments, Jeff?
I just want to say it was an exciting race. I mean, even with all the caution flags, there was still some great racing. We saw some good battles up at the front. We saw a lot of battles taking place mid-pack. And it was nice to be able to bounce back and forth on the broadcast and show the viewers what was happening, not just at the front, but in the middle of the pack as well.
All right. Well, thanks again for those folks who tuned in to the Lindsay Carpets and Paint 250. Your winner, Jordan Booth. We certainly appreciate it, and we'll see you next week. I am not sure where we will be next week. We'll have to get you an update. But come back Thursday. You'll find out because we'll be here broadcasting the iNRS series here each and every Thursday night. All right. So for everyone here at the IWM Broadcast Network, thank you for tuning in, and have a great night.
Good night.